Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. Just a heads up, this video is more discussion based than video based, so you can easily be minimized and just listen to it if you so wish. Today we're going to have a bit of a discussion in regards to Total War Warhammer 3. To be more specific, the possible pre-order incentive, and maybe it's probably best if we didn't have one. Yes, I know that sounds a bit strange, but let me be more specific. Pre-order incentive DLC worked rather well, albeit it was actually spawned from a bit of controversy. Originally, when Total War Warhammer 1 went on pre-order, we also had a Day 1 DLC announcement. That's for the Warriors of Chaos, and as can be expected, it was not received rather well. The GameSpot trailer, which is still live on YouTube, is incredibly downvoted, with an amazing 15,000 dislikes to 2.2k likes. What Creative Assembly then decided to do, due to the backlash, was to make the Warriors of Chaos the pre-order incentive. By that I mean, if you had purchased Total War Warhammer 1 in a certain period of time when it was announced, you would get the Warriors of Chaos completely for free. This mended fences in a way with the community, and was later expanded upon with the LUSC DLC, the pre-order incentive for Total War Warhammer 2, where if you purchased the second game, you would be able to play as LUSC in the first. There were a few issues regarding LUSC, of course, where they weren't available in the second game for a while, but let's not open that barrel of fish once again. Many, including myself, have speculated regarding a pre-order incentive for the third and final game of the series, where speculation lies towards a race or faction that has still not been implemented, such as the Southern Realms, also known as the Dogs of War, or maybe following by LUSC's footsteps, a rather unknown race and faction, which is that of Albion. All are fair assumptions. We don't know what Creative Assembly are planning for the third game, but I want to throw out a hypothetical. What if Creative Assembly didn't release a pre-order incentive, but rather tried something completely different, and something which potentially could be very well received? Instead of releasing a race or lord pack as a pre-order incentive, why not a mega patch? Yes, this might sound a bit strange, but what if Creative Assembly as a pre-order incentive to Total War Warhammer 3 dropped a patch which would provide a rework for the Warriors of Chaos and LUSC, potentially the Beastmen too if they're not featured in the next upcoming DLC. Yes, this might be a bit strange, but considering that they've stated that Total War Warhammer 3 will be utter chaos, these are Creative Assembly's words, not mine, why not promote the third and final game of the series by reworking the chaotic factions already in the series? These three factions, once again, the Warriors of Chaos, the Beastmen and LUSC, are all linked in a certain way. While they are all drastically different factions, they are followers of chaos. So if Game 3 is going to be utter chaos, as Creative Assembly have stated, then the best thing to do would be to have all three chaos factions being updated to a new level. A rework for all three factions is in truth badly needed. We'll not go into specifics as to what each faction needs, as we've already covered this in previous videos, but let's go back to the hypothetical. Say Creative Assembly will release Total War Warhammer 3 around mid to late 2021, as we are aware that this is the next major title being worked on by them. It can be safely assumed that that would be around 6 to 8 months from now, which would mean that after the team working on the next DLC finishes whatever that new content will be, then they'll have time to work on something else. Now, instead of working on new characters, new animations, new legendary lords, and so on, why not just update the three remaining factions? making it a patch which would only be available if you had pre-ordered Total War Warhammer 3. Since no new content would then be planned for Total War Warhammer 2, this could be a way to try something different. They'd be able to work on the free chaotic factions, and by having it locked in a certain sense, you would only get access to it by purchasing the game. These reworks would be promoted as game-free content, very much so as LUSC was promoted as Game 2 content. You would get access to it here and also in Game Free. The possible benefit regarding this is that it won't be similar to LUSC. Going back to its implementation, this was a complete new race pack, which had a lot of issues. It was available in Game 1, but wasn't available in Game 2 until much later, and even then only in the Mortal Empires. Let's be honest, nobody wants that to happen again. So if a race isn't implemented as the pre-order incentive, that could be avoided and it could focus around a rework for the factions that need it the most. Now this doesn't mean that factions such as Talia, Estalia and the Border Princes, or even possibly Albion, would be left out of the game completely. There's still a possibility if Creative Assembly wish to do so. A theory I have regarding this, and will expand in a future video, is taking influence from the DLC for DLC as they've currently done so, where Creative Assembly could release a race pack for a race in Game 1 or Game 2, but would only be available in Game 3. The only way you would be able to play as this faction would be by owning the respective game where it's from, Game 3, and the respective DLC itself, which I think works rather well, considering that this would be a race that would be situated in a location which would most likely only be available in the Mega Mortal Empires campaign, where Creative Assembly themselves had confirmed that you would need all 3 games to get access to it. Very similar as to the Mortal Empires, where you need Game 1 and Game 2 to be able to play it. Something like that would make sure that all possible races that Creative Assembly and Games Workshop might want to work on still have a chance to be implemented. This is just a theory I have, but I think it would work rather well. And let's be honest, with repeating myself once again, I'd say it's more important for all 3 Chaos factions currently in game to have their respective reworks in a Chaos-centric game before it goes live. The Warriors of Chaos were the first ever DLC in the Total War Warhammer series, and they're still currently one of the worst. But these are just my thoughts regarding the matter. What do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion. I'm rather curious to see what you guys think. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.